You already have a car, you already know how to drive, so why not turn that into extra money? The problem is, not all driving apps are worth your time. Some can make you decent side income with full flexibility, and others look good on paper, but after fuel, wear and tear, and waiting time, the numbers don't look nearly as impressive. So before you sign up and start driving around hoping for easy cash, let's talk about what you can actually expect and which options are the best for this. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and on this channel I test and review real ways to make extra money without hype and without unrealistic promises. And in this video I'm going to compare 8 of the best driving apps to make money right now. I'll go through how each one works, what the pay looks like, and the pros and cons you need to know before signing up. That way you can figure out which ones actually fit your situation. So let's get into it. So before going over the 8 options I want to show you, let's first talk about the earning expectations. And it's important to understand that driving apps means that it will of course take time and effort. You actually do have to sit in your car and drive around, so it's not something you can just do from home. But for some of the options here I will show you, it can actually build up to some really nice extra money. Some people can even build it up to a potential full-time or maybe part-time income. One important thing to remember when it comes to these different jobs and tasks is to make proper calculations, because you need to think about that there is a cost when you are driving around, so always take that into consideration when you say yes to some of these tasks. But with that said, let's now start going over the options I want to show you. It's not a prioritized list, because which of the options are the best really depends on your personal preferences and what type of work you prefer. So I'll explain a little bit about each option, and then you can figure out which ones are the best for you. You can just use one of them, you can use several of them. That it completely depends on the task you like and how much time and effort you want to put into this. So basically everybody knows about Amazon, but few people know about Amazon Flex, and this is the first option I want to talk about. And Amazon Flex lets you deliver Amazon packages using your own car. You're not getting paid per delivery. You claim what's called delivery blocks. They usually last from anywhere 2 to 6 hours long, and then you get paid a fixed rate for the entire block. This is often around somewhere between $18 and $25 per hour, but this does depend on your location, so it can vary. Just keep in mind that these blocks, they can fill up quickly, especially for the attractive times, so you need to grab them fast if you want to do this. The great thing here is that the pay is more predictable than most other delivery apps. So if you would like to know more or less specifically what you get from a delivery job where you're using your own car, then this can be an option to consider. ShareTown is next, and this is different from most of the other options here on this list. Here you will, for example, not be delivering products to customers. You pick up oversized returned items like, for example, mattresses, furniture, treadmills, things like this from people's home. You then store them and resell them on platforms like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, or Craigslist. You just need to keep in mind that you do need a large vehicle, like for example a truck or SUV, and you also of course need some storage space, and ideally for some at least pickups, you need a partner to help you with the heavy lifting. The money then comes from what you sell the items for. On average, I've been told that a ShareTown rep, as it's called, makes around $200 per sale. But it does take quite a bit of effort, and you can also see on the website they say that some of the reps are making up to $50 an hour. So definitely a way to potentially make some nice extra money, but just keep in mind that it of course takes some effort and time. But if you are good at reselling products like this, it definitely also has a quite high earning potential. If we're talking about driving apps to make money, we of course also have to talk about Uber. And I know most of you have probably heard about it. I still want to mention it here because it feels weird to make a video about driving apps where you can earn without mentioning this one. It is, of course, one of the most well-known ride-sharing apps, so you can sign up as a driver. If you get approved, then you can start accepting ride requests from your phone. And the riders then pay through the app, and you get paid weekly or sometimes instantly depending on your location. How much you can earn depends on where you live, what hours you can drive, and of course also how busy it is. But some people, they just use it for a bit of extra cash once in a while when they need it, and others turn it into more or less a full-time income. The app is available for both Android and iOS devices, so you can use it no matter what phone you have. Next, let's talk about GoShare. And GoShare is a platform that connects drivers with people who need larger items moved, delivered, or hauled. This can, for example, be things like furniture, appliances, or some bulky cargo. What makes this one stand out is that they pay scale based on your vehicle. So couriers with a car or SUV can earn up to $45 per hour on average. Pickup trucks up to $70 and cargo vans around $105 per hour. And box trucks can earn up to $168 per hour. Keep in mind that this is up to, so this is not guaranteed earnings. There is even a labor-only option where you can just help load and unload, so then you actually don't need a car. GoShare also offer other benefits like healthcare discounts and cargo insurance. The downside is then that compared to many other gig apps or gig jobs, it requires quite a lot of physical work. So if you're not into that, then this is not for you. Also, keep in mind that they do charge a membership fee, and this is to cover a background check they do when you first sign up. And from what I've been able to find out, most places it is around $49, and in New York apparently it is around $154, and this is a one-time fee and it is non-refundable, and they will use it to do a background check to make sure that they can trust you. And as mentioned, just keep in mind that the hourly rate I talked about is up to figures, but I've seen and talked to quite a lot of people that have used this, and they have told me that the real rate can in some cases be significantly lower. Some drivers even reported to being all the way down to $8 to $12 per hour in practice. And of course, how much work you can find depends a lot on the city you live in. So just keep all these things in mind, and then you can try to sign up if it sounds like something for you, and then see what it can build into. You can also become a dasher, as it's called, for DoorDash, and DoorDash pays you to then deliver food instead of passengers or different goods. You pick up meals from restaurants and deliver them to customers, and each order then includes a base pay plus tips. So if people pay you tips, then you will earn more. And during busy times, you can earn extra through what's called peak pay. You can schedule specific shifts if you want to, or you can just log in and see if you can find some extra work when you have a bit of extra time. Just keep in mind that earnings depend heavily on the tips, so you do have to provide a good service. It also depends on speed, and also if you, for example, can work doing meal hours where there are more deliveries. Before moving on to the last few options, I just want to make you aware that the majority of you watching have actually not subscribed to my channel. It's a free, easy way to support me and my channel so I can keep producing value-based content like this. You can always change your mind later, so I would really appreciate if you could just take 1 second to subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Thank you. Roadie is next, and it is a delivery platform owned by UPS. So you can sign up through the app and then get verified as a driver, and then you can browse the available delivery gigs in your area. So you can then pick up the ones you want, and you can just skip the rest, so you choose yourself which gigs you want to accept. One great thing about the app is that it shows you exactly what you will earn up front, so you will not be surprised about any extra cost or lower pay or something like that. And you can use whatever vehicle you already have. So it doesn't have to be a big vehicle, but larger vehicles can unlock higher paying gigs through driver certification. You can then choose weekly payouts or instant cash out when you have earned. Just keep in mind that earnings can be inconsistent. Some days can be really great and others just are very slow. So just relying on this one can be a bit tricky. Then you should consider maybe using some of the other options in this video also. WeGoLook is quite interesting because you get paid to complete tasks they call looks. And this is where you travel to a location and you use your phone to take photos and gather information about cars, real estate, accident scenes, or other items. You will work as what they call an independent contractor, and you can then accept or decline any look based on distance and pay. Most of these tasks pay between $15 and $25. So you of course need to make sure that you only choose the task in your local area, because if you have to spend too much time driving, then it won't really be profitable. To join, you need to be at least 18 years old, you need to pass a background check, and you need to have a smartphone with a working camera. The downside is that some of the jobs, they do require longer distance drives, so as just mentioned, you need to take that into consideration because this can really eat into your earnings. So overall, I would say it works best in larger cities. The last option I want to show you is called Rapify, and this is where you in a way can turn your car into a rolling billboard. You sign up and then you drive at least 50 miles with the app running, and then you can apply for ad campaigns. If you get accepted, your car gets wrapped with an advertisement at one of their partner locations. You can see some examples on the website about how it would look, and they have different options there. You can see some of them are not that much you need to cover your car, others your car is basically fully covered. After that, you just drive around like you normally would, and you get paid based on how many miles you drive. There is a daily cap on miles you can earn from, so just keep that in mind. And it's only available in certain US cities, and the availability of these different campaigns, it also depends heavily on your location. The biggest advantage of something like this is that it is mostly passive, because once you have been accepted to a campaign, you just drive like you already do. I have, however, seen some users report issues with the app not tracking the miles accurately, especially if they are streaming music or podcasts at the same time. So just make sure you check that so you know everything is working. Also, one thing to keep in mind that typically your vehicle needs to be from 2010 or newer to qualify. So as you can see, there are some great ways to earn some extra money by driving. Some of these tasks or jobs can turn into some really nice extra money, and for others it's just a little bit extra here and there. But of course, for all of them it requires some effort, but it can also be quite interesting, and if you combine several of them, it will also have some variation, which in my opinion can be really great. I have also a full list on my website, so I'll leave a link to that below. There you can go and find links and even full tutorials of most of these platforms also, if you want to know more about any of these. I also have, if you're interested in more side hustles and some that you can even do online, so you can do it from anywhere or from home, then I do have a list on my website of the best free online side hustles, so I'll leave a link to that below so you can go and check that out also. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.